good afternoon, Sociology Period 6. This is Action World News with your host, Stan Smathers. And here's the weather with Sunny Weathers. Sunny?
Oh boy. 90 to 110 degree weather this week. Oh boy. I'm Sunny Weathers with your Action News forecast. Oh boy. Penetrating, crippling, record-breaking sun comes today! Oh boy. Back to you, Stan.
Thanks, Sunny. In today's news, San Francisco's own Bobo the giraffe ate a little too many apples today and is having a bit of an upset stomach. You can do it, Bobo. We're cheering you on. In other news, 3,000 dead from a bombing in Australia. Poor Bobo. We're going to take a break, and after the break, we're going to be having a special report on a developing country. So, stay tuned to hear all about Niger.
Are you tired of giving out subpar grades? Tired of always seeing your students unhappy? Well, fear no more. The new 100% pen is here. You can save hours on grading. Now all you ever have to worry about is running out of ink. Order your 100% pen today. It's only free. Call 1-800-277-5425 today. With 3 easy payments of $29.99.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Stan Smathers. As I stated earlier, we're having a special on the country of Niger, located in Central Africa.
Niger became independent from France in 1960 and experienced single-party and military rule until 1991. The largely agrarian and subsistence-based economy is frequently disrupted by extended droughts common to the Sahel region of Africa.
But we need to take a step back. Let's look at its history first. We have Niger here on our live video feed from Africa. So, Niger, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my total landmass is 1,267 million square kilometers. To put that in terms you might understand, I'm slightly less than twice the size of Texas. I'm mostly a desert, hot, dry, and dusty, but I'm tropical in my extreme south. I'm predominantly desert plains and sand dunes, and flat to rolling plains in the south and hills in the north.
Awesome. Now tell us a little bit about your history.
The French came in and searched for the source of the Niger River, and in 1922 I became a French colony. For 38 years they ruled by installing governors and controlling my resources, but in 1960 I finally gained my independence. The Overseas Reform Act of 1956 allowed for a large measure of self-government, and in 1958 I became an autonomous state within the French community. I finally gained my full independence in 1960 on August 3rd.
Tell us a little bit about your society.
Well, we're a caste system.
Je suis personne. Ma mère était personne. Grand-mère était personne. Mon grand. Je suis un snow rich. Mon prix était snow rich. Mon grand-prix était snow rich. Mon arrière-grand-prix était un snow rich. Mon grand.
My society is agrarian. Most everybody farms or works with livestock.
That's interesting. So, what about your economy?
Well, sadly, I am one of the poorest nations in the world. The average person earns only $700 a year. 63% of me is in poverty. Per capita, we're 145th in the world.
Poor Bobo. All right. Well, tell us about your people.
I have a population of over 15 million people. Median age is only 15.2 years. Despite being one of the lowest income nations in the world, my growth rate is third at 3.67%. Total population of people who are literate is only 28.7%.
Where does your country lie in Moscow's stages of modernization?
Well, Stan, we're just barely getting to the takeoff stage, I'd say.
Thanks for joining us today, Niger. I will keep you updated on any new info I find out about Bobo. We're going to take a short break right now, but when we come back, we're going to analyze Niger through the dependency theory and the modernization theory.
I just can't seem to tear it right.
Well, fear no more.
Scissors! Yeah, scissors!
Catch!
And we're back. This is Stan Smothers with the Action News for Sociology Period 6. We have just interviewed the country of Niger, and now we are going to go to Dr. Gerald Bernstein for the analysis. Gerald.
Thanks, Stan. Niger has many resources, such as uranium, coal, and gold. And unfortunately, they are unable to utilize these resources because they are technically backwards. Some of the reasons for this could be that they focus so much on the traditions of the past that they're unable to look ahead into the future. According to the article by the New York Times called Opposition in Niger Urges Junta to Hold Votes, it talks about Niger just recently overthrowing their current government and trying to establish a new, more democratic government, which will hopefully lead to a better economy and help modernize and industrialize the society. In the article, it also expresses their dislike of the previous government and their love for the army. The Nigerians openly talk about their hatred for Taja, the president. But if we think about it using the dependency theory, we can conclude that Niger is having a hard time modernizing because the wealthy nations are taking their resources and making it difficult for the Nigerians to use it for themselves. They have rich supplies of uranium, gold, oil, and jewels, but problems with government and too much interference from other nations has kept them from being able to afford getting to the point where they can industrialize. What I think is that the wealthy countries need to avoid them and let them industrialize by themselves. If they are able to use their resources, they can modernize and become a booming country. It's up to the people to use what they have to build up factories and industrialize their own country. Back to you, Stan.
Thank you for tuning in to the Action News for Sociology Period 6. This is Stan Smothers signing out.